And we're live.
Hi,
Just
everyone.
like that. Should we put our lower thirds up? There we go.
Welcome back to another episode of NPM Start Twitch Dev AWS. Today we are going to build the front end of our Twitch extension, which we're really excited about, aren't we?
Yes, so today's the third episode. Should we wait maybe a few minutes to let people settle in?
Let us know if you guys want us to
Yeah.
wait a couple minutes.
Um,
We're ready to go.
we are. How's everyone
I'm
doing?
wearing my front end shirt in honor of us doing front end development today.
Yeah, I don't have shirts like that.
You got
Although
you got to join the cool kids
this
club.
is a Twitch shirt, so you can see the Twitch pocket.
That one's cool.
Pretty basic. But what was I gonna say? So we're in New York, which is exciting. We've taken this show to many different cities at this point.
We have.
So New York is fun. You might
We are live from New York.
yeah, you might recognize the New York studio.
All these glitch pillows. Here, show this one.
But wait, I thought you could see the sloth.
The sloth is right here.
Yeah, it's the New York mascot. Um,
We'll just sit him next to me.
so
He's gonna
yes,
keep me
I
company.
actually can't read the chat that far away. So what is everyone saying?
Let's see. They're saying hi.
Cool.
Somebody wants to know about a server launch.
Yeah, why don't you give them a sneak peek into the launch on your channel?
The what?
The,
Oh, the launch that's coming
yeah, or you
later.
don't know.
I don't know any information. I do
Oh,
know that it is at the top of the hour. So just a heads up, if you're gonna watch us live code, we're gonna continue coding on Twitch Dev at the top of the hour. But the AWS channel will switch for the launch.
yes. How is the audio? Can everyone hear us nicely?
They want to know what headsets we're using.
Ooh, that's a good Blue Lava question. Let's see if Blue Lava can put that in chat. Mr. Ducky, we will get that to you. Um, and we will get that to you soon. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So we'll start off with some introductions. So I am a developer advocate at Twitch. I've been at Twitch for, I guess it's been like 5 months now, because I started it in November. So Nikki and I started this show, well, I guess 3 weeks ago. And Nikki, I'll let you introduce yourself.
I'm Nikki. I'm a senior technical evangelist at AWS, and I mostly focused on our digital channels. So Twitch, podcasts, Facebook Live, any of our digital channels that AWS has is where you'll find me.
Yes, so we are partnering to build a Twitch extension that allows you to submit questions on a Twitch channel, and we're building it completely on AWS. So we're taking advantage of tons of new services. And today we're specifically focused on building the front end to the extension. The last episode, Nikki built all the endpoints for the back end of the app. And if you want to follow along, we'll start off by posting the GitHub.
Yep.
Everything is up to date in the GitHub, and we'll create a new branch for the front end today.
And we check in everything after streams as well.
Yes. And if you want to submit issues or pull requests, we do love when the community joins in.
In terms of who should watch, anybody can watch if you're just starting out on your coding journey or if you're a senior developer. We enjoy having all of you, and we'll make sure to explain things down to the last detail. So if you're new, don't worry, we'll take you through the whole process.
Yep, and in terms of where you can watch, we're on 2 channels, Twitch Dev and the AWS channel.
And again, we will be continuing on the Twitch Dev channel at the top of the hour.
Exactly. And let's see what other announcements we have. Okay, I guess we'll just jump right into the episode goals. So like we said, we want to build out the front end. So if you're unfamiliar with a Twitch extension lives on a Twitch channel, and it can take really 2 forms. One can be an overlay, or the other could be a panel. And the panel would live directly below the video stream. And this really allows broadcasters to interact with their audience in really a new way. So instead of just being able to type in chat, you can really do all sorts of things now. So one thing that we found that has been really tricky has just been taking questions, because we've noticed that they kind of get lost in chat, and sometimes
Especially when it's a technical stream.
exactly. And we've noticed that people will ask questions and maybe they miss the answer or other people want to comment. So the idea is we're going to have a really nice question and answer list. Um, so yes, there's a lot happening at the top of the hour.
Oh, I think that says so much for top of the hour. It looks like Gina posted that it's 11:30. Sorry, my bad. I was told that it was at 11 a.m., but it is at 11:30 that this launch is happening.
Oh, so we have more time now.
I believe that we still need to switch, but I will double
Okay.
check for you.
So yeah, I guess let's just hop right into it. So we promised, or not really promised, we committed to building the. I'll take our lower thirds down so it doesn't block as much. There we go. So we committed to building this app in Vue, Vue.js. I'd love to get a sense of in chat who's used Vue before. I'm have more experience in React. I think Nikki does as well.
Yep.
We've ramped up to Vue pretty quickly though. It seems pretty straightforward. Looks like Lucky knows Vue, so he can help us out.
Please help us out.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're just building the front end today. We've already sketched it in Figma. I should actually pull the Figma up now that I think about it.
We did that in episode 1.
Yes.
If you missed it.
But you like Vue. Nice. QA and extension. So I guess without further ado, let's switch to my laptop. Okay, hold on one second. Let's plug this in again.
I'll just go back to here for a sec. You want to try it again?
Yeah, try it. Okay, it's probably the cable's loose on the computer. So we have someone on that. Thank you, Blue Lava. It's usually just loose. Or not plugged in at all. And it's probably good.
Nope.
It'll take a second. I'm not worried. That's what's fun about doing this live. This isn't
It's legitimately live.
This isn't recorded ahead of time.
Looks like Lucky No S7 is not going to stay with us to help us out with Vue.
Oh gosh.
It's lunchtime
That's
for his
okay.
kids.
Oh. Thank you.
Oh. That would help, plugging something in.
It would.
Oh, we're offline now.
No, we're good. I think our viewers like a little confusion. There we go.
Okay.
So now we lost our faces, but that's fine. So you can see my laptop. I think we just unplugged.
Do you want to zoom in a little bit
Yes.
so that people can see?
First, I was just going to wait to get everything settled. Did you plug it off and on again? We are in the process of doing that. I think we can start. Our camera might come back at some point, but you can at least see my screen, which I think is the more important part. Oh, and we're back. Ish.
Ish.
So, okay, so this is the visual UI for the extension. So the idea is obviously you type your question here, and then these would be previous questions you have asked only. Right? They can't see all the questions. Is that true?
They can see all the questions that they previously asked, but what we're planning to do is show the first 3 of the last 3 that they asked, and then to pop out the extension.
Right, but can they
more.
see all the questions that have been asked?
No, all the
From-
questions that
okay.
they asked.
Got it. Yeah, so that's how we've chosen to build this so far. So we're now going to switch over to terminal here. Whoops. So I have a folder on my desktop called Twitch Guides, and then I've called this Ask a Caster. So now we're in here. So we have the backend, as you can see.
You want to zoom in a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that is what Nikki created. And then we are going to create a new directory called frontend, but Vue is actually going to generate that for us.
So you installed the Vue CLI, is that right?
I should have installed the Vue CLI, yes.
And I'm going to post the link to that CLI in the chat if you're not familiar.
Yeah, this is a helpful guide that we decided to start with. And basically, yeah, so this is essentially how you install it.
You have to have the Vue CLI installed before you can run through
Right, and you
that
can
guide.
install it with this command. Now we want to use the Webpack template. So there's many different ways to compile Vue, but we are going to use Webpack with Vue router. So we've tested a few different routers, and this one has been the most straightforward. So I should just be able to run this without an error. But instead of router app, I'm going to call this front end.
Yep.
And make sure it's a directory. If it complains, that would mean that I don't have. Oh,
I
I
think you
can't
just
have the
need to,
slash.
you just need to say front end.
Sorry, that was silly. Okay. Yes. Ask a caster. Okay, it can be.
We want the compiler.
Yeah. And then definitely we want Vue router. I think we should say no because this got really
Agreed.
crazy. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we don't need
everyone
lint.
is probably familiar with what a linter is. And we don't want unit tests. Definitely not. NPM. Okay. Of course, you guys can choose whatever settings you'd like, but
These are the ones we're going with.
The linter just wasn't that forgiving.
No, it wasn't. Like, if you had one extra space somewhere, it freaked out.
Yeah, and it just like didn't
Wouldn't
give
compile.
us warnings. Yeah, it was very weird. Okay, so now they're suggesting we move into the front end, which is a good idea. So now we kind of have our skeleton. So if I do npm run dev, cool. So now if I click on this, so here is basically the boilerplate. Yes, thank you. So now this is our boilerplate that we're running locally. So let's just open up this new directory to make sure we're familiar. And I'm using code for the first time. Does this make
So
bigger?
it's actually, if you go back to your terminal and you just do code dot, it'll
Oh,
just reopen the directory.
right. I forgot about that. Well, since we're here, we don't need to do that, but you could do that. So I'm going to close the backend.
Oh, it's already there.
And then this probably means that it's new. What are
Yep.
these green dots? Oh, okay.
It's new.
Cool. So we're mostly going to spend our time in the source directory. And there's a few things to really think about. So we have our components. So we're going to have a panel component and then a video overlay component. And then our router is just a pretty simple JavaScript file that just defines, it's really just a list of these objects that define the different routes.
So yeah, if you go back to main.js, that's like where the app gets created. So they basically, the L is the element that it's binding to. So it's binding to an element with an ID of app. And then it includes the router in creating the app, and then the components that we want created are the ones in app.vue. And then the template is just the app component.
Yeah, so this has a corresponding index.html file, right? Or no?
Yeah. No, well, yeah, index.html.
Yeah, and then this is the app that it's basically
It's very
binding.
similar to React.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to follow along, you can run that command that I ran, and you'll get the scaffolding code, and I'm going to push this to the repo at the end of the session. So yeah, let's think about how we want to get started with this. So I think for now, we just want to focus on the panel, right?
Yep, we need a panel.
So we need a panel. So to ensure we have a panel, we will start with a new component. Let's call this new file, let's call it panel.vue. And at the same time, well, we can put some of the starter code. So basically, we're going to build this component using a template. So for now, I could just write like an h1 saying like, hello, this is a panel. So this component is extremely simple. Now the other part of Vue is you need to export it, very similar to React. You obviously export every React component, so we'll do something very similar. Here I will export it, so I'll just copy this, and then this is like a really bare bones component. Whoops, probably as simple as it can get. And we're going to call the component panel, so we want to export it like that, and then we don't actually want to pass any data yet. So just to make it super simple, we will keep it like this. And now to actually load the panel, we need to add our route. Should we keep hello world? Might as well for now, right?
Yeah, just keep it for
Okay.
now. Doesn't hurt.
Now we have to deal with I forget what it was called, but the pound sign.
Oh yeah, all we have to do is
Okay.
after routes, you add mode and then you just colon history.
Yes. We
So
can
you probably
explain
want
this
to
in
make
a
this
second.
path panel, like slash panel.
Right, I forgot to do that. Okay. Panel, and then we'll call it actual panel, and then the component it's going to use is definitely going to be panel. Okay, cool. So that should be good.
So
Oh, we forgot to import it.
yeah, you got to import it.
Capital panel from at components panel, and that's coming from right here.
And then the other thing that you want to do is after the routes array, you want to drop a comma and then do mode colon history.
Does anyone know in chat why we're doing this? So the reason we're doing this is
We want it to be a push router, not a hash router.
exactly. So you can read more about mode in the Vue documentation. But in any event, let's now use VS Code to spin this up. So let's turn this off. And let's go to, npm run dev. Okay. Okay, so cool. This is going to load. Oh, you know what I just remembered?
What
I
did
wonder
you
if
forget?
anyone's noticed this new sticker.
Oh yeah, we got new
They
stickers.
probably can't see it.
I don't know if you can see the top of mine. Probably not. It's probably too small.
Yeah. Okay. In any event, so this is our landing page. So this is the hello world component. And then with luck, this should be a panel. Yay. Okay, so this is our panel. So we're using the router. So we've built a really simple component. And the reason this is important is because from the Twitch side, Twitch looks for a file called panel.html. I hope. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't work with the file extension.
I asked you that yesterday and you said it would still work.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what if I just did this?
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to suggest.
Yeah, okay. But now you can't do panel.
Okay, so
that's fine because you would
do you
never
want to
just
install Bootstrap as well so that we can just use Bootstrap UI to build out our UI?
We will, but wait. How do I panel? Okay, that's fine. That's happening.
Try.html.
Yeah, no, it works. That's actually right because we need it with the file extension.
And then the live config will just be live_config.
Exactly.
HTML.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. So everyone's obviously familiar with Bootstrap. It's a pretty boring template, but
it's probably the most common.
It's the most common. Some people might be asking, why doesn't Twitch have a UI kit? So the answer is it's being worked on, and if you would like to see it, I could send it to you in the Discord channel. We might pull elements from it. I actually have it locally on my computer, so I can show you guys what it looks like. I think this is it, actually. It's called Hack CSS for some reason. But in any event, for now, we're going to just install Bootstrap. Who is Polex?
I don't know.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm just chatting with him.
Okay, so do you want to remind me? So Bootstrap would be installed in index, right?
So if you just want to do, it's a package. So you want to do
okay.
npm I, and then the package is bootstrap-vue.
Okay, so we'll put it in our dependencies. It's called what?
Bootstrap-vue.
That's it?
Yep.
And what's the version?
I don't know.
Nothing?
I think if you just do...
There's got to be some command to check npm and pull the latest.
You don't want to just do npm install?
Ooh, see?
Oh. Yeah, well,
But
I was going to suggest if you just write the
With
quotations,
save.
usually it sometimes helps you. Like, oh, well, I can't type on your machine this far.
Hey, Danny. Oh, whoa. But this is a release candidate.
You don't want the release
No.
candidate. Just delete the whole thing and put the quotations back and see what you can autofill with.
Like this?
No, just delete the second quotation so you only have one. Okay, just try to retype it. Just get the autocomplete back. There you go. Your options are a release candidate or a release candidate or a release candidate. So they're yelling at you to do npmi.
Oh. Or we could do it like this.
Pollux says, I'm just a usual viewer.
Oh.
Thanks, Pollux.
That's very
Appreciate that. See, I was just chatting. Am I supposed to be paying attention to you? Probably.
No.
Oh, just do npmi, and it'll install the latest version. I think maybe there only is a release candidate available.
Okay.
Vue is still doesn't have as many packages as like React does.
Okay.
Or even Angular.
npmi bootstrap.vue. Now, don't I need a -dav save?
Yes, you do.
Bad PTR. Forgot that. Now that's nice.
Chemist05, we are streaming from the Twitch office in New York.
This is the first time
Hence
I've ever
all the
seen...
glitch things.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So now we have that. Now the other thing we need to install...
So you have to do a couple things to make this work.
Okay.
You have to import it.
In which...
In the main file.
Okay. Import...
Bootstrap Vue. Capital.
Like that? Oh.
With a T.
Strap.
Yeah, and then from the name of the package.
Okay, which is Bootstrap Vue.
And then you want to say vue.use. So you have to tell the Vue app to actually use it. Yeah, and then parentheses. It's a function. So you're going to pass it. Bootstrap Vue.
Wow, that's cool.
And then the only thing you have to do is you have to import the CSS files in here as well.
Ugh.
So they're just these. I'll just send them to you.
On what?
Chime.
I'm not opening that up on stream.
Okay.
For those who don't know,
I'll
I
type
once
it.
had a Slack slip up. Thank you.
There you go. Should work.
Yes. Someone asked about the backend. The backend we built last week. If you go to our GitHub repo, which
It's chill in there. It's under a folder called backend.
yeah, you can see the whole backend. The backend's written in Node with Express. Really simple backend, which we'll like reference because we're gonna make endpoints that hit it. So if Nikki could put that in chat, that'd be really cool. Okay, so
I will drop that in
we
chat
did
for
that.
you.
The other thing we need to do in index.html, and this is a Twitch thing, is to put the extension helper. So some might be asking, what is the Twitch extension helper? Let's go to the extension documentation. Okay, it should say here, if you're a developer, learn more in docs. Here it is. So basically, the extension service has a JavaScript helper that gives us contextual information into the person who's viewing the extension. So here, I am going to go into the reference, and I'm going to go into helper extensions. And I am actually curious as to where the snippet is for it. Might be in the introduction. I have it in another file, but I'm actually forgetting where.
You mean the script file?
Yeah. I mean, I have it on my computer, but I'm just wondering where it is in the dev docs.
So I don't think it's in reference, actually. I think it's like if you go to building and then creating your extension front end.
Front end. Aha, here
There's
it is.
the script tag.
Just wanted to show everyone where you can find it. Okay, so this script tag is very important, and we're going to install it in the index file so that it's global. So there we go. The script tag is right here, and I am going to save that here. So now we'll be able to use like window and Twitch will exist there. So we've done actually all the setup, and now we can just do the fun part, which is building the panel component. And all of the code for the panel will go right in here. So instead of saying, well, actually, one question I had
Bye,
was,
Pollux. Sad to see you go.
where's this logo coming from?
So that logo is if you go to app.view. App.view.
Where's app.view?
It's right above main.js.
Aha.
And then you see how there's an image on top of router view?
So this would be for like a butter bar or something.
A what? No. We want to keep it. We just want to delete the image
Yeah,
tag.
sure.
Yeah, because we got to keep router.
This is like a global header, is what I meant.
Yeah.
So we could put like
global div.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll save that there.
Yep.
Okay, and then there we go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Bootstrap, and I don't know. So we might edit this font family and stuff later when we make it look nice. But for now, we're just gonna say, let's go back to the UI that we built. Where is Figma? Ask a question. So we'll make this use the twitch-dev font and all that in a little later. Okay, so let's check. Ask a question. Already hot reloads. Okay. So now we need an input bar. So how do we do that using Bootstrap? Let's look at the Bootstrap docs. Form input. Is it an input? Yeah. What kind of input type do we want for the question? Actually, I think it should be a text area. Yes, this looks more like it. Would you say so?
You want a text area instead of like just a input box?
What does chat think? Because I don't think an input box is long enough to ask a question.
Well, it depends on how long your question is. I guess maybe you should make it a text area.
Yeah, it should make it a text area. Okay. So for that, we will just use this.
Yep. Oh, looks like prints biomass as input.
Interesting. How about we compromise on a small text area? Thanks. Which we will do here.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Okay, so now we will put this right here. Uh-oh.
Don't say uh-oh. Oh, you just gotta...
we need a div.
So just like
React.
React,
Yeah, just like React.
it's just like React. You have to wrap it in a
div.
in one element.
And then everyone's going to say my spacing is all wrong. Well, it is. Okay. Can I just do this? Yes, I can. Okay. Text area small placeholder, small text area. The placeholder should definitely say, ask the broadcaster a question, ... And now we should have a little box. Ooh. Uh-oh.
What's wrong? What happened?
I don't see the text area.
Go back. Did you register the component correctly?
Do I need to install Bootstrap in this component? I feel like in React you would.
I think we just needed to import it at the main.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see the docs again.
Let me see. I might have missed something from the form, like needing a container or something. No container needed.
You can try throwing the
Okay, and then of course we need a button. And we're going to make the button be a Twitch button later. I like a nice outline primary.
So it's like not showing up basically.
No, but I think I see the oh no. That is fine.
Try throwing that code that I gave you in main.
.js. I did forget to save main.js.
That would be why.
Yes, now it loaded. Who said that? Born to Phil. Yay. Ooh, we should definitely add a container. Let's add a What do we want to add? Make this a card? Well, don't forget, this whole thing is going to be
You need
loaded.
to pay attention. Okay.
Yeah, this
Sorry,
is
I'm
starting.
getting
No,
caught
it's
up in
okay.
chat. I'm having really fun conversations.
Oh.
Oh, that looks good. Except
Does
for
it?
you should just throw it in a container.
Yeah.
So
That's
just
what I was
just take the
saying.
div that's already wrapped in it and just add a class equals container.
Okay. Sure. I was just going to see if there's anything better, but that's easy enough. Okay. Yeah, we can come back to it. Is it an ID?
No, it's
It's a
just a
class.
class name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. This will probably look much better. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then the button, we'll give it a little padding. Should I just add a style inline?
So you can add the styles so if you look
I
at
saw what
Hello
that was.
World,
Yeah.
you can just add a style element.
You know what? Can we style it all at the end? Because I think we're going to use the Twitch CSS as well.
Yeah,
Because I
that's a
want to
good
make
idea.
it look very twitchy.
Let's just get it up
Let's just
there
get
and
it working.
working. Yeah, like wire up the button, like do all the things, because there's a lot of functionality in a UI that's more than just how it looks.
Yes, a lot. Okay, so we have the text button. We have the button. What did we want to do next? We could write the functions to submit the question. Should we do that, or to like load the? How about we do the and
So
then
you're
we
also gonna need a
full
list.
the list. So
So
let's do the list
You're gonna want
right below it.
a v4, I believe.
Yeah, let's just do this real quick.
So you do like a UL.
Let's do like an H3 previous questions, and we'll make this load if they exist and stuff later.
So then you do like a.
I want to look at the docs for this for loop because let's get a list in here.
Is there one?
There must be. Yeah. Do you like the
that's
questions
a nice
to look
list.
like that?
Yeah, that's nice.
But these are items.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's do this.
I like that.
And then we'll just loop it. So we actually really just need 1, 2. Oops.
So you just need the end tag for the top level element, which is blist group.
Yeah. And then we'll put the 4 in here.
So it's v-4.
Oh, okay.
I actually know how to do it.
You do? Okay, I just thought I'd look.
Yeah.
We don't need to. Okay.
So the way you do it is, so you want to go back into the main component and add data. So just like add a fake list, like an array. No, back in where we were.
Oh, down here.
Yeah, like down here, like so
Good old
data.
data like that.
And then
yeah.
it's a function.
Okay.
So brackets.
Oh, not an arrow function.
And
Return,
then you do
right?
return and then an object. And then now in here you can do like questions.
Okay, right.
And then just throw an array.
Yeah.
And then in here in the item,
We want to say
you
if
do
questions.
no, so like right here.
But shouldn't we do if questions?
Oh, you
'Cause
want to
we
do
don't
if?
wanna
You don't want to show anything if there's nothing in there.
Yeah, we don't want to see previous
Okay,
questions.
so I think in the blist group you do v-if. No,
and then
right,
the variable
like
is
in
questions.
here
But I don't want even previous questions
to show up. Oh,
unless
so you want to
questions
wrap
exist.
that then,
Yeah,
like the
that's
whole
what I want.
thing.
Yep, in the if statement.
Okay,
So
so it has to be a div first of all. You can wrap the whole section in a div, and then you do the bind.
okay, but I need to wrap it all in a div. I can't just put the if up here.
You're gonna have to throw the v-if is like a property on the element.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we'll just call this div, and then we can just make this a div, and then this will be a part of it. Okay, perfect.
So then inside div you do v-if,
Right.
and then you
There we
set it
go.
equal to.
Questions. Because if
I think you
questions
can write
exist-
you can actually just write a JavaScript question like statement like if questions dot length is greater than 0, something like that.
Okay. I just want to see this really quick.
Possibly. I could be
V.
making that up,
I just want to check.
but I'm pretty sure. Conditional rendering, v-if.
Yeah, conditional rendering. Perfect. V if. So V if awesome. Yeah, you can write JavaScript. Dot length is greater than 1. That will work.
Okay, so it also says that v-if versus v-show VF has higher toggle costs, while vshow has higher render costs. So if you need to toggle something often, use vshow other than VF, because if the condition is unlikely to change at runtime, you would use VF.
Okay, say that again.
Okay, so vshow, VF has a higher like rendering
Oh, I see.
costs
So
than
let's
vshow.
okay. So we'll use vshow. Since
So if
this
you
is
need
only
to
being
toggle
ignored, so
something like
yeah,
frequently,
it's not gonna change. Unless they asked it, actually, if we ask it, we want it to dynamically show the question
right?
without them refreshing.
So we want to use vshow because
yeah,
it's changing frequently, and
exactly.
says vif, it's unlikely to change.
Yeah, that is a good catch. Okay, now let's write the for loop, which is question in questions, right?
Yeah. So then you do question and questions, exactly. You might want to throw a question in the array just to see if it works.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll make up a question. What is the difference between v if and v show? Okay, how do you write the for loop though?
Okay, so then you go to the list item,
Mm-hmm.
and then
The list group.
no, the item.
Oh, at the item level.
Yeah, and then you do v dash
oh, right,
4
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
equals
And then equals question.
question in questions.
Yeah, question in questions. And
And
then
then
this will do the double.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
bracket. Yeah. So this will actually display whatever the question is. Yes. And then that should, whoops. Okay, so
One
let's
more
just
bracket.
test this. And then we can get to the using the API.
All right, I'm watching the chat in case you guys
Have better ideas.
pair programming comments. We welcome them.
I think that's fine.
Was it error?
Sort of, but I think it's fine.
What is it complaining about?
It's just saying like each list item should have its own unique key, but I think it does it for us. Let's see.
Oh, that's like React, where you have to like set a key.
Yeah, you're supposed to give it. So.
List rendering.
Oh, it actually is a problem. Length is not a function
That's weird.
for a JavaScript? Is it just length like that? Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh.
Is there something in there?
No,
Did you throw
yeah,
a question?
I did.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
If question's length is greater than 1, and it is. Length is a property. Thank you. Oh, right. That's really embarrassing.
What?
It should actually just be greater than 0. That's like really embarrassing.
Oh, I didn't
it's an
see
arithmetic mistake. Okay.
There you go.
Previous questions. Here it is. Okay, cool.
Wasn't paying attention.
Wow, everyone's really helpful. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we're going to get to the fun part, which is writing the functions.
Oh, it's I'm Chewy told you how to get the index and pass it to the key to avoid that error.
Oh, let me see. I would be very curious how to do that.
He said get index in v4 and pass it to _key.
Which chat?
It's in the AWS chat, actually.
Okay. And who said it?
I'm _Chewy. So on the right there, do you see get index?
Yeah, get index in v4 and pass it to key. I see. So we would want to do.
So you could probably
key
like
on here, right?
Well, you
like this, I think in Vue.
I don't actually. Well, I think what you have to do in the for statement though is you have to set up to declare the index somehow.
Yeah,
like index
I would
value.
have to create a like.
Oh,
generator.
it's like this item index in items.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, can I see that?
Yeah. So you just want to put parentheses around question and then do comma index.
Yeah, I'll just do I like that.
In parentheses though.
Yeah. But what? How does it know to generate? Yeah, I just don't see how it's going to generate I each time.
So it's second, first of all.
Unless it's built in.
I think it's built in.
Okay.
It's an optional section argument. It's got to be the second argument in the.
Thank you. Is this? I'm looking at chat for help here.
So question, comma, I.
I guess I is always using this for. This is always the generator.
Yeah.
Like okay. So
and then you do
fine.
:key equals I.
:key equals index probably.
Yeah.
There we go. Wow. I think this will work. Let's see.
Is that what you meant? I'm Chewy.
Yeah,
I think
he
that's what
must
he
have
meant.
because it clear dollar errors. Okay, now we can write the fun parts, which is the functions. So to write a new function, I just can write a new function here. So now, right?
You have to declare methods. So you want to get out of the data
Oh, right. It's
object
gonna be an yeah,
and go down there and then methods,
and then it's
colon,
another
object.
list.
You want
Oh,
to give
it's
an
an object.
object.
Okay.
And then now you want to name a
Okay.
function.
So let's call this pull all
Thank you. I'm Chewy for the help.
pull questions. And I can define the function here.
With brackets.
Yes. Okay, so what do we actually want to return? So we want to, I think, let's start working on this fetch call. So we want to fetch. Now this is where I think we want to run our local backend. So can we get a new terminal window?
Yeah, just click the plus button.
Okay, cool. And then we are already in Askacaster. Let's move into backend, and then this is where you can help me out with the SAM function. So SAM is basically
local.
Yeah, well, we'll explain that in a second.
Start dash API. Oh, start dash API is one word.
Right, that would make sense. Okay, do you want to explain what SAM is? Oh, Docker desktop.
Are you running Docker?
Nope.
Yeah, so SAM is our serverless application model, and there are two pieces to it. There is the actual template, and then there's the CLI. The template is where you can define all the pieces of your serverless application that you need provisioned in AWS in code, so in a JSON file or a YAML file. And then we've already defined our template, so if you go into my backend, there's a file called template.yaml, which outlines all the resources that get created. But if I wanted to run it locally, I can use the SAM CLI to write SAM local start API. And if it just had a function, like if I didn't have an API, I could do SAM local invoke function and then pass it a data object as an event.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things you can do with the SAM CLI, but it is an excellent way to be testing serverless applications locally.
Is really a bummer because I think my keys locally are a problem.
Okay, so.
Oh, profile. Oh gosh.
What is your profile? Malware?
No.
What is it?
It's let me think. Malware back Askacaster.
I think that's what you named it. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, this is just the backend, so it actually won't help us. So some people might be wondering, what does our backend look like? I'm certainly wondering that. So we're going to go into app.js, and we will see them all defined very easily. So get questions is what we want right now, because what is that going to do? It's going to get us all the questions from a user ID. So we will use /questions. So we will move here. I like to define a sort of global variable for the root URL, but we don't have to do that right now since it's just local anyway. So
you can just do it right above export.
Ooh. Yes, I could. So let's just do const root URL or something like that. Okay, cool. And we have the slash, so that means I can just do now fetch. So we want to give it the endpoint questions slash, and then, or no, I don't need slash. And then we also, if you look at the definition, need to give it a user ID.
I think there's only a question in there with my user ID actually, so.
And mine. Remember? Unless did you delete it?
I deleted it.
Okay.
Because you're gonna add another one. You're gonna add another one on stream.
Oh, right. Forgot that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we already have the slash, and then this is gonna work. Okay, cool. Fetch. Now fetch gets a little confusing.
So you have to declare the options object. So like what method it is.
Do you want to explain this? Because this is very related to API gateway. API gateway needs application JSON.
It needs a header with content type application JSON.
So I was playing with this yesterday. I just want to make sure I get this right. Okay, right. So here is where we would then give it the method type.
It's an object.
Oh, this whole part.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to take in several things. So we can give
Method.
it the method, and then we can also give it the header. So here it's clearly a get, and then well, that doesn't autofill. Okay. And then headers, I think we can just say
It's new
'cause
headers.
right. This is a Vue thing, right?
That's actually just a fetch thing.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. Okay.
Fetch is I don't know, it's what I use, but there's other ones like Axios.
I've used XDS. Okay, and then this is pretty standard.
It's what I usually use
I'm
in
just gonna
React.
copy and paste
You can
this.
use anything you feel like, though.
Okay.
You don't
Cool.
have to use this one.
So now Sam should be happy with that. Oh no,
So
we're
then you
not
wanna
done because
do
we want to do
dot
dot
then.
then, right? So what happens when we're actually done? How do I? No, it's not auto loading.
It doesn't do it. I don't know
That's
why.
such a bummer. Okay, so then we want to
You're gonna get
the
data
data,
back.
right? Okay.
So you want to do like data, and then you can do like the ES6.
Sure, for a new function. So
And
what do we
then-
actually want to do once we get the data?
So first thing we want to do
Just
is
log
just
it?
do data.json. So you actually don't need a function in this one.
Oh, because we're not really
You
doing
just
anything
call
with it. Yeah,
data.json.
which just maps to
And then you
JSON.
do another dot then, and then you can do something with the result.
Yeah, the result for us though, we just want to save it to questions, right?
That's
Okay.
exactly what we want to do.
Cool. Okay, so we're done here, and then another one.
Like result.
Yeah, something like that. Whoops. And then if we basically think about this sort of like just local state, I should be able to override this with the questions from.
That's right.
I just
So you still want to do the same like ES6.
sure. And then
That one you could do an object.
yeah, but the only
I
thing
mean, not
okay,
an object,
right.
brackets.
Sure. And then to access it, we would have to do this dot questions
Equals
result.
something result dot items result. It's whatever result comes back as. We might need
Data,
to console
maybe?
log it
I
before.
forget what we did. No, I think okay, we can just do result and then
See what it is.
yeah.
It might be an array though.
Well, we'll just print it and we can always see. Okay. That's good for now. Now the other thing, I think this is it, right?
So the way to call this on load though is
No,
to
I
add
know. Yeah,
another
that's the
thing
part.
before
Yeah.
mount.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. So if you're familiar in React with life cycle methods, Vue has like essentially an identical one. I already forgot the name of it, but we should just be able to do Vue lifecycle methods on page load, and it is like identical to not before mount, before created, before mount mounted. I think mounted we want, right? We were playing with this yesterday. What did we use? Let's see. Before mount. Okay, so we'll do before mount, and that goes after all the methods, right? Okay, so we're here, and then we can call before mount, and then
It's another object.
oh, is it?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Oh,
you
no,
need
no.
a colon still.
Yeah. And then here we can write the things we want to do before we mount. So we want to call this dot pull questions. That should work.
That should work perfectly.
Let's make sure that's closed.
What's wrong? You have a syntax? What's wrong? It says you have a syntax error?
I think this should... Wait, what did we do? Oh, before mount is a function. There we go. That makes more sense. Yeah. So now it should pull the question. So if we save this,
Oh yeah, Easy Tech was helping you out. I didn't see that though.
whoops.
It's a function.
Yay!
So was
this
breath.
is exactly what we were supposed to see.
Sorry guys. That was my bad. Okay, so is that...
So I think what you wanted to say was if we do dot question, right?
Was it a...
Yeah, see?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no,
Exactly.
no. That's the stupid one I just asked. This is confusing.
What did it console log? What was the object it console logged?
Oh, that's a good point. Hold on. Let's just see what this does. Because I think I did something that broke it. Well, there are no questions, but...
Yeah, what's that object right there?
What?
Back in your console, there was an object that was like printed. No, in the
Oh, in
console
the-
of the Browser, right there. Drop that one down.
No, it's complaining about
No.
length again.
Oh, but right above it there was an object.
Oh, here, yes, you're
Yes.
right. Yeah, this is what we're printing.
Okay, so it's just an array of questions. So then all we have to do is in the template, just do dot question.
That's what I
Question
did.
dot question.
I can't do it here?
No, because that
Oh,
you
because that
want to
would
give
make
the
any sense.
array.
Yeah,
So you want to go up to the template.
yeah, yeah. Right, and it would be here.
Not there.
Oh, no, this one.
Nope.
Wait,
Go
where are
to
we?
like the where you print it, like in the to the right. More to the right. Yeah, right
Oh,
here.
right, that makes sense. But the problem is it's still complaining about length.
What is it complaining about?
Length.
It doesn't like that that you used to. So maybe you can't do.
No, you can. I saw you can.
Okay. I feel like I was hallucinating.
No, you totally can.
Okay, so let me look at it. I'll work on that. See what you can do.
So it loaded.
Oh yeah, you totally can do
Yeah, you
statements
can.
like that.
It loaded, so maybe we were just in a weird state. Okay.
Oh, there's no errors now.
Yeah, that's good. So now if I change the user ID to myself, just for fun.
Oh, I don't know about this one. I don't think there's anything for it.
No, I know, that's good.
Okay.
So I'm saying we shouldn't see anything now, which
Yep.
we don't. So let's just refresh just to make sure.
That's awesome.
That's right.
Okay, it works.
Okay.
Works as
so
expected.
Now, uh-oh. Why did we get how do I build a Twitch extension? That's weird.
That's the question.
What do you mean? No, it shouldn't have showed anything because I used my user ID. I'm pretending that I'm looking at the extension right now.
Oh, you didn't change it back?
No.
Oh.
Well, hold on. Let's see what's happening. So let's go to the network tab. Let's look at this. In the response, oh, I do have something in. That's why. I do have something.
Oh.
So,
Maybe I did give you a
so
question.
now if I put blue lava in, he should definitely have nothing. Nothing at all. Yeah, this looks...
Paul Cutzinger, the extension is going to be a question and answer extension for technical streams. So if you ask a question in the chat and we didn't get to it, we can come back later and answer it in your question extension.
So this works really nicely. So we'll leave it back at my name. Okay, so this is working well. Now the other function we want to write is going to be called ask a question. Right? Post a question, ask a question. Ask a question. So if we look at the backend.
So now you have to capture like the click event from the button, right?
Yeah, we'll do all that. But we do need to do that. So now question is how you post a question because we're putting a question. So let's use the same fetch. Let's use the same root URL. Instead of questions, we're just going to call question. Let's use method put. Let's use the same headers. But here we'll have an additional object since it's a put called data. So what are the different pieces we need to give it? So let's look in the backend. So let's look at put question. So put question takes all these items. So let's just copy them over to the front end like this. So ID we don't have to give it because it will auto increment since we're posting a question. So we can actually skip that one. User ID, channel ID. False question.
Bye, I'm Chewy. Thanks for the help.
We need to check if these are actually IDs or strings or whatever it might be.
They're all strings. The only one that's a Boolean is posted to forum. You're doing this perfectly.
No. I don't know if this is like a string ID
Oh, you mean if
for the
it's like a
channel. What
GUID?
Twitch needs. Yeah, which we'll check, of course, on the Twitch documentation. Um, okay, let's just
I thought you
finish.
meant like in the
Yeah.
table. I'm like, yeah, I made them all strings. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, that is good. Let's just remove that. Okay, so.
I think it's body, not data.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And then we need to stringify this JSON. Is that right?
Aztec wants you to use template literals instead of plus for chaining strings.
Oh, okay. We can change to that in a second. For right here.
Thor's Lost Kitten, we do have an endpoint in the backend to get all questions by user and all questions by channel ID. So for a broadcaster and a user.
What did they say?
Oh, there was a question if we had an endpoint to get all open questions.
Yes, we do. What was I gonna say? Okay. Let me check one thing to make sure we didn't forget. Oh yeah, we do have to stringify it, which we'll do, and then we'll get the. Do we get anything back from this? I forget. But we have this here. Okay, cool. Okay, so this should actually save, and then you want ES6.
No prob.
What do those look like? Oh, literally just like that. Okay, that does look nicer. But you still have to write, you still have to do plus. Is this what he wants?
No. So like if you do like the back tick,
Oh, he just wants for question, right?
it's like this.
Oh, and then put root URL as
And then you
yeah.
go like this.
$sign, yeah.
What was it? Fuck.
Question.
Oh, well, you go the reverse way. Sorry. So you're gonna. This will be the beginning.
Yeah.
Really? I can't do this. I'm
There
too
you
far
go.
away.
Exactly.
Struggle. And then you do questions. Or this is ask a question, so it's just like that,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that will work.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, it will. Okay, I'll update the other ones in a second. And then we're gonna need template literals here, anyway, because we're gonna define these all as variables, and we're gonna get this. Like this question is gonna come from the input, etc. So now I think we should do the Twitch part, which we will get right here. Okay, so let's go to the Twitch documentation and read about how we can do this. So I want to show everyone, whoops, that's our stream, Twitch reference. Okay, so let's go to the extension helper.
What are you trying to figure out how to pull?
Yeah, so now we want to get client ID and user ID and all these things.
Okay, so basically because this extension lives on Twitch's
Inside
site,
of Twitch. Yep.
he's able to call a function called onauthorized and grab all of your information in the front end of the extension. So like user ID, channel ID, client ID, and token.
Yes.
The token is also going to be what he later on sends to the back end as well.
Just because
we haven't set up that up yet, but we will.
We will. So like I said, we should have access to window for Twitch because we installed this at index.html. The callback is fired each time the JWT is refreshed. Do we want to use unauthorized or on context? I think unauthorized makes more sense. And then we can also actually pass the template back. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you should be able to just throw this in right here. And then we should be able to set the tokens to variables down here. So we'll define these, right?
Sure.
So let's see the different. So auth basically is going to contain an an object with these properties.
Okay. So then you'll be able to print all of them.
Yes. So why don't, yeah, and this is where we're going to need the rig because we're
We
not
have to
going to get
test
these. So we
it.
want to test it. So we're going to load this into the rig in a little bit.
So we probably don't want to. Do we want to console log it, or do we want to just store them as constants?
We just want to store them as constants.
So do you want to just like declare some constants above it and then
Yeah,
just
and
set
then
it
we'll
equal to?
yeah, exactly. Okay, so the things we need are user ID and channel ID. So that's really it. So user ID
Bye, Alejandra.
const channel ID. And then we will say user ID equals auth dot, what do they call it? User ID like that.
Yep.
And then channel ID equals auth dot, and I see it right down here. Okay, channel ID. Channel ID, cool. And then of course we'll get the token. What's the fourth thing we're not actually using?
The client ID of the extension. I don't
That's not
believe that
needed
we
for right now.
need that
No.
in this minute.
Yeah.
You can't send me the token yet because I did not prepare the backend for JWT yet, but I will.
Okay. Yeah, we will need that because we can figure out if they're a broadcast or not by decoding the
Yeah.
JWT. But we don't have to worry about that right now.
Yeah, and for the purposes of just creating a backend, I just got it going.
So the only other thing that we need to do is get the text from the text area. And in Vue, I think you can do that really easily by... I think we can just use this ID, right? Text area small. Let's see. Form input findings is exactly what we want. Yeah, so I think I have to give this a V model, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll give this a V model of question text. It does not seem to like that.
Okay, wait, what are you trying to do?
So I want to bind the like whatever the text is in the form to our request.
Don't you just do :data?
So I was looking here. It looks like you can set up, and then you can just call message like this below.
Is it in the data?
What do you mean?
So back in your code, go back to the code.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I need to read this.
It's got to be in like the data object.
Yeah.
So
We'll
inside
add,
here,
yeah, it should be question text, and we'll start it with nothing. Because I think the placeholder will come in to play, right?
Yeah.
The placeholder text we should see.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it like the
COD3
dash?
monkey, I got him.
Oh, that's why.
What's
That's dumb. You can't do dash. There we go.
That makes sense. It's
Yeah,
HTML.
that does make sense. Whoops. So now. Oh, I don't have a semicolon over there. It's kind of hard coding on a couch.
This is like my favorite place to code. This or a bed.
Where does everyone like to code on chat?
I am definitely a bed coder first, couch coder second. Desk is like a low third. Like, really don't want to use a desk, but if I have to, I will. Bed for sure, Paul Lely, we are, or Paul Eli. I'm with you. It's always the bed.
Oh, can you not just do this?
We have some votes for desk. Desk with 2 monitors.
Oh,
Yeah, I just don't really need 2 monitors. It's just excessive for me. Hard coding on a soft couch. That's really funny.
Oh, I'd have to make these lets because we're changing them all the time. That was dumb. Okay. If should see. What are they saying?
He said, I love to code on my laptop.
That's funny.
Me too.
Okay, cool. Right, it's slow because it's like building a whole. Nikki can explain why it's a little slow. It's like building a Docker image or
So the
something.
backend actually calls a Docker container that's will spin up, and then it'll make the call, and then it'll spin down, similar to the way that a Lambda function works.
Yeah, I just realized that on this instance I don't have the Chrome tools. Sorry, Vue developer tools.
Yeah, COD3 monkey, that sounds awesome. And I used to do that when I like sat at the desk at work, but I just can't do it anymore. My back can't take it. Not for very long. Chemist5 says a single seat or a comfy chair on desk.
I haven't used this.
So like this situation would work for you, like comfy chair, desk. Yeah, I think so. What are you trying to do?
I just
What did
want
I
to
miss?
No. I just want to see that in fact this is bound to, because this is where we want to set. I think this is going to be this dot question text, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Because that is coming from there. And then we will do backtick, $, user ID.
There's back support on this couch.
No, there's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a pillow behind me for back support.
There's no back support.
You can use this thing if you want back support. Do you want to put this behind you?
No.
Look, it'll feel better.
Where's the sloth?
You want the sloth? Do you want me to put the sloth behind you?
Nah. Okay, channel ID. I'm fairly confident that this is going to work. Although
I knew Chemist5 would like this seating arrangement right now. It's pretty comfy. It's good
okay,
for
can
coding.
everyone in chat give us an all clear that we are good with this ask a question? Oh, the button to call it, of course, to fire
yeah, the
it.
click. So it's colon click, and then you call the function on the button. So like if you go to the button,
Okay, so now we need to give it a.
so you do
Well,
colon
I want to see the
colon
dots.
click
Okay,
equals, and then
ask a question.
yeah,
That's it?
that's it.
No.
I swear.
I didn't even. Oh, I do see the button. Okay. Button.
Oh, apparently it's at click, but if you do v bind, then you could do colon click, I think, or v on.
I want to hear from chat.
They said it's at,
Oh.
so you just get rid of the colon. It's at. If you do v dash on, then it's colon click.
Yeah. It's always.
Yeah, I got it wrong. I only got it like half right.
Then.
So like it's v dash on colon click or at click.
Then shouldn't we give them like an alert that says question submitted and clear this out?
Yeah.
Or we can do that down the line. Okay, let's test it.
Let's just make sure it works.
Obviously,
first.
it's not going to work because we don't have the Twitch extension, but the question, see if it fires to the back end at least. Yeah, like, that's a problem.
You should console log inside the function, see if it's getting there.
Let's just do a hard refresh. Clear it.
User ID. Something's wrong with user ID.
That's fine. There should be something wrong with it.
No.
What?
Okay, so Danley
Oh,
says,
I
I
am
think you
getting tons of
defined user
problems.
ID as user ID with here.
Oh,
Let me
okay,
see.
I know what to do. Ugh,
Go back.
I knew. Oh my god. Abort.
Where do you see that? That should be click.
Yeah, okay. I know the problem. I defined user. Okay, that's confusing. So let's do upper.
No, that's from the object. You
Oh,
can't
right.
do
That's
upper there.
from. Yes, it's this side. Sorry, I meant to do that. Okay.
Put the D back.
D back. And then when we go to our thing, we just want upper and upper. There.
Abort. Speeds TV, I don't know what happened. It changed to abort. Yeah, we're fumbling with Vue. It's
Oh,
okay though.
we are.
It's okay. Like we just admitted that neither of us are Vue developers. We're just figuring it out.
This is a good thing.
What happened? It failed.
Which is good. I mean, there's no way it was going to work. We didn't give it half the
Um,
things it needed.
did you give it a header?
Yes, I did.
What is it? What's the error message?
This
Go
is
to
not
the
even
red.
the right one. This is the put. There we go.
Bad request.
I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
see. Can I not
You got to stringify the object.
That's why. Oh.
There you go.
That will at least make it so we can
Yeah,
see
no,
it.
Paul Eli, this is not scripted. We did not do this before. This is brand new to both of us.
Wait, what gave it away?
He said this is real, not a YouTube scripted piece.
Oh.
He likes to see us fumble around with a new framework.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Yay. Just as we expected. And it's working. It's getting the text. And now we just need to put this into the rig.
Okay, let's test it.
Should we test it? Or should we make it so that it does a pop-up and clears it? Or do that later?
Do that later.
Okay.
Test it in the rig.
Would it be inappropriate to put this here?
No, it wouldn't. And that was why my suggestion from
Okay.
the beginning. It's more comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Um,
See, Chemist 5 and I know how this works.
yeah, I
you
don't
just
know.
gotta
This
sit
is more
back.
comfortable. That was not
You gotta have back support. What is this? Oh, the sloth is back to get me.
Okay, so, should I push this code if people want to, like, work on it on the side while they watch the stream? I feel like it's more interactive than just staring at us. Like, if they want to pull this locally.
Oh,
Or
you
no.
want to push it so far?
Just do, like,
yeah, push it.
a midway commit. I'll make a new branch. Git check out. I'm going to call this malwareback / work in progress front end. I don't know. Let's do a git status. Where am I?
Okay, just a heads up, in 7 minutes, the AWS channel is switching over to the launch, and the Twitch dev channel will continue with where we are with this extension. Let's see, I have a question. Dead Pixel, I'm actually not sure. I think it's something with open source.
What?
What is AWS launching? I don't actually know. In the AWS channel, somebody posted a link to the launch.
Okay, now if you go to our GitHub,
I don't know where. Let me try to
You
find it for you. Oh, here we
can
go.
use my branch. And you guys can pull down and make pull requests. if
Dead
you wanna.
Pixel, that link is for you.
And that link's for someone else.
It looks like they're creating an open source distribution for Elasticsearch.
It's interesting.
And they're discussing it at 11:30. But if you want to keep watching us,
Which we really
hopefully that you do, just switch over to the Twitch dev channel in 5 minutes.
Would it be... Why don't we just host Twitch Dev now to move everyone over?
You want to move everyone over
then
now?
they can unhost. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do that. So I'm going to host... Oh, no. We're going to raid. Do you guys mind if we throw you over? Let's see what happens. I don't know.
Thanks for streaming upside down. No, we're going to continue streaming.
No,
we're
we're not going
stopping.
anywhere.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
We're just doing a move.
We're just, so if you're watching on the Twitch dev channel, you do not need to move. We'll continue where you are.
Yeah.
If you're on the AWS channel watching this, just
Oh my
switch
God!
over.
AWS rated us with 76 people. That's so nice of them. It's
Wow.
a joke.
Oh.
Because that was us rating them.
Oh.
Now I just need to turn AWS off. AWS off. Okay. Let me just make sure I did that okay. Wow, welcome to all of our new viewers who are all brand new and have not been watching us. Yeah, I did that correctly. Because now they're just hosting. Okay, cool. Let's see what that... if you are new to Twitch Dev, please drop us a follow. We'd really appreciate it. Whoops, that is not us. We are on this much smaller channel. We're trying to reach 10,000 viewers. This is our road to 10,000. Okay, let's get back to coding, because I think...
Back to it.
Yeah, because this was getting fun. Because now we're about to pull out
We're going to the
something
Twitch
really
developer
fun, which
rig.
is the rig. Now, the rig, there's going to be some... Oops. Just like I said, there's going to be some hiccups. That was not planned.
Did you test this morning?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But you didn't. It's not like you asked me to.
Or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. We just need to download the rig, which I can download. We're being watched from other people. Um,
Or they're laughing at the fact that the dev rig just
I don't think they're
gave you an
laughing at
error.
that. Well, why would anyone laugh at this? It just needs to be re-downloaded. Can someone get me a link to the rig in chat? Otherwise I can find it.
Dev rig errors for demo purposes. Yes, solely for the purpose of this demo.
No, this is the old rig. This is a little embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm not going to say anything because
Well, this gives me an
I
opportunity
already
to
said my
explain what the dev
piece.
rig is.
Mm-hmm.
So Nikki asked me this morning to make sure
That the dev rig was
that the
working.
dev rig was working.
I actually asked him yesterday
But
too.
why would the dev rig not work?
Because
it's fine.
it's finicky.
It's fine. It's going to work. If I go to open Slack, we actually have the rig link, but this is going to download here. I don't need to download it twice.
Janescu7 says I can't log into it.
Uh-oh. Maybe the rig's
I actually
just down.
can't open it on my machine, so
Okay,
I have a worse problem.
Everyone just relax. This is all going to work out. That's what these streams are about. Hanging with us. Installing the dev rig. Wait. Blue Lava?
I don't know where he went.
Oh, there he is. We might have an issue with the dev rig. I don't know if you'd be able to help. Oh, it looks like it's fine now. Okay. That was Blue Lava, everyone. Do you want to say hi? Can we get some hype for Blue Lava? Yeah. You'd have to peek in right about here. Okay. So the rig is working, everyone. And there's Blue Lava, who has helped us.
Tremendously.
Yes, with everything.
How is it going?
It's going pretty good, minus the dev rig.
We had one hiccup, and yeah. And you know what we also just did is we moved everyone over from AWS to twitch dev.
I like all the hey guys.
So now we're
Yeah, a lot of haze for you.
yeah, and we got a lot of new followers. Wow, thank you for following us.
Great. I'm glad I could help out with the stream and fix the rig for you.
Yes.
Those excellent
what you did again.
rig fixing skills.
Yeah. Okay, so
You go to it.
we're now going
The
to
dev rig is working 5 minutes
we're
later.
now going to open a new project. It is in Twitch Guides, Ask a Caster, right here.
Can you go back one level
Yeah.
and just select the folder?
I hope. Wait, what?
Can
Why
you
won't
just
this-
select the front end? You don't need to run.
it's I know what it wants. We want to create a new project. I'm being silly. Okay, so now we need to do the Twitch stuff. So we're gonna start here. Oh, it's because we did a extensions revamp. Okay, create a extension.
Wait, so you don't create one in the dev rig anymore? You create one on here?
Yeah, you create one on here.
Oh, this is new. Okay, I
Yes,
need to
this
pay
is
attention.
new, everyone. Let's make it bigger for everyone.
Yeah, make it bigger. I need to
So we're
pay
now
attention.
registering our panel extension with Twitch. So we're gonna hit continue. This is, by the way, a new flow that was just released. The new.
Wait, this page creates your extension as an API client?
I mean, it just calls it that, but it's still the client ID. I have a sip.
Okay, so you select panel, right?
Mm-hmm. You can select multiple. We're gonna do this end component, but not mobile. Okay.
Is the video component the live config view?
No, the live config view is to configure the extension.
What is the video component?
So that is a great question to ask in the Twitch extension sandbox. The Twitch extension sandbox allows you to visualize the extension on a stream. So you can put any channel in here, just so everyone knows. So
That's us.
this is us, and you are asking, let's just make this a little smaller. So you're asking, what is a video component? This. Just an
Oh, it's a
overlay.
video overlay.
Hmm.
Oh, are we creating an overlay?
No, we're doing a panel.
So why do you have to create a video component with your panel then?
Oh,
Why
right.
did
So
you?
why did I just select that? Oh, I don't know. I mean, we could also select a video component.
We could make an
Yeah,
overlay. You mean?
that was a mistake. Yeah, we
Okay,
could
got
make an
it.
overlay.
I got
It's just a
confused.
checkbox, but yes. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Summary. I'm just gonna be lazy and say ask a caster. Ask. These are all optional, I think, anyway.
Can you make this bigger? Because I can't
Yeah.
see it.
Well, we're done. It's all optional. All you had to do is give it a name, basically. Okay. So now we need the keys. So we need the client ID, most importantly, and then I'm going to hide my. Oh, right. Okay, we need to get the secret, and the reason that link didn't work was because Twitch updated the whole extension management experience. So to get our keys, we just need to go somewhere slightly different, and I'm gonna hide my computer so that people don't get my secret, but not yet.
Not
Or,
yet.
I mean, just to be safe, you can do that. I just want to show them where they can get it. So, yes, I forget which.
Tell me when you want to come back.
I will. I'm actually struggling with where it is because I am new to this redesign. Where are the keys? Oh, here it is. Authors. Okay, so go back so they can see. They won't see my key, I don't think. Yeah. So how do you get your secret key? You click this button. And
Which button? Zoom in a little bit.
Oh, right. They really can't see. Right here.
Yeah, no. I can't see anything.
Okay. You click this.
Extension authorization settings?
Yes, and then we get a secret. So it's basically right here.
Oh,
so
but you don't want to click
I
in there
do not
because
want to
it'll
click
show.
it. Yes. So the only question I have is actually what is the difference between this secret? Oh no, that's for OAuth. Okay, we want this key.
So
yeah,
wait, if
switch
you
back
go,
to our
is that the
faces.
thing? Go up for a second. Twitch
Mhm.
API. So that's if you need to call the Twitch API, right? So if you're gonna call, like the pub sub.
Yeah, we don't want that right
Yeah,
now.
no, we
Yeah,
want the other
lower.
thing.
So switch back to our logo or faces, whatever people prefer. Maybe put our lower thirds up for people who are new. And basically, we are now going to click show, which they can't see. And I am going to put it into the rig. And then we can invite.
AJ Potato says, "Share the secret. You can trust us."
Oh, you know what? I feel like we can. Should we show them? Okay, now bring it
No.
back to us.
It is on us.
I mean, like, bring it back to the laptop, please. Someone might be wondering, how are you controlling the stream?
Oh, I'm controlling the stream with this lovely tool called a Stream Deck. It's just got like a number of buttons on it with our scenes, and I can start or stop the stream whenever I feel like it.
Was not a paid ad.
No, it wasn't. Thank you, Blue Lava.
Yeah. So back to the rig. So we have the things it needs. Now when I click import, it will do some magic for us, get us the name, and then this is where I give it the project, which is correct.
You want to make this bigger because I also can't see this.
I don't know if the rig does that. The rig doesn't do that.
Can you just make like the window bigger? Go to view.
Oh. Wait, I pressed Command plus. It's weird. Okay. In any event, we're going to save.
It's a little better.
Yay.
It's not ideal,
So now
but it
we're
works.
in the rig. So you might be asking how to host the front end files, which is what we want. So we are going to select front end. And you can host with the rig, but I'm actually let me actually just take like a minute to explain the rig. I just realized we didn't really talk about it.
What is the rig?
Yeah, so the developer rig is a Twitch developer tool to help developers build, test, and design their extension. So you could completely build extensions for Twitch without the rig, and that's totally fine. There's like plenty of people who do that. The reason that the rig is very helpful is because it allows you to test your extension in the context of a Twitch channel. So the problem is in our code, we are using the Twitch extension library, So if it's not in the context of an iframe of a channel, you won't actually get those user IDs and channel IDs, which is why we need the rig. The rig allows you to run your front end and back end directly. If you want to get started with the rig, you would just click create project and then just use this hello world example, and then it will make it really easy to run the front end and back end. This example is a little more complicated because it's not so simple. We have like an express backend and the front end's in Vue. So I need to sort of figure out how to get the front end running because I actually didn't test this yesterday. But what this page called extension views does is it allows you to simulate the channel. So if I click create new view, we want a panel. So I'll give it a label like panel, and then the viewer type is the broadcaster. So we would want to switch. We're going to do two.
Okay.
Oh, I guess for now we should do logged in viewer.
Yeah.
I
What is the difference between linked and unlinked?
think linked means you can tell it the like specific viewer you want.
Oh, or use current user.
I don't know what actually current. I guess we'd use my own account. Does this resolve to anything? No. I forgot. Is Danny still in chat? Do you remember what my user ID is? In the meantime, we will do use current user.
Danny is still in chat.
Oh, yeah, Danny. What is this? My user ID? I'm just curious. I remember you have it somewhere. Yeah, it must be because my channel name is this.
He just posted your user ID in the chat.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Danny, that's my user ID, right? Okay, cool. Save. Now, the only problem with this, and this is going to be a Vue thing, is does Vue generate a panel.html file? Because Twitch explicitly needs panel.html, and now that I'm thinking about it...
How do you do it in React?
So in React, you generate a dummy panel.html file, and that basically just calls the bundle.
So do we have to do it the same way?
So what we might need to do, let's play around with it, but let's see.
Well, we know that panel.html is a route.
Yeah. This is going to, just so everyone knows, this is going to take a little playing with to get working. But we'll get
What are
we'll
you
get
doing now?
it.
Is it running?
Well, it's looking for the panel, and I need to check the version. So now we're going back to the console. Thanks, Matt, and I'll figure that out. Okay. So it's looking on 8080. So here's what we need to test. What is this running on?
I think you're running
It's HTTP, right?
Yeah, what was our little app running on?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the link for it.
Try the V. Oh, there it is.
Oh, this is going to work wonderfully. The only issue is it's just HTTP versus HTTPS. So there we go. We just have to... So now what we have to do is we have to create a new version. I'm very new to this UI. This came out this week and I have not seen it yet. Version details. Okay. How is this so complicated to add a new view? Well, here. You can change it here. Okay. HTTP. Save changes. I just thought you needed a new version to do that.
So now when you're editing stuff in the rig, you actually go into the browser and do this?
Oh, here's the new version. Sorry, I just want to create a new version.
Just to clarify, because I've previously done this in like the terminal rig.
Yes, this is so it's a little confusing for everyone. So the original rig was a command line tool that you could do all this doing. We then moved to a
native
rig. And truthfully, I do not think you can do this functionality in the rig yet.
So you have to do it in the browser.
Yeah, or at least I do.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, that's my process. So 0.0.2 create. And then HTTP, perfect. Okay, cool. So now what we want to do is we want to go to the rig and update the version, bump it. Click update, and this should pull the new URL. Yeah, you cannot do it in the native rig yet. So I just updated the version, and I've clicked update, which means I'm pulling the new URL. Does that make sense? So now we should see it. I'd be surprised if we didn't.
Where did you click update? I missed that. Oh, it's there.
You saw it?
Yeah. You did it.
Yay! And the cool
I'm
part
gonna have
is
to
we're
like
gonna get.
rewatch this stream because I like missed 3 things that you did.
Well, should I redo it? Because
No, so just go back. How did you
and
get
what's
to
your
the
computer at? I'm
browser?
gonna take
How did
this
you get to those
charger.
browser settings? That's mostly what I'm curious about. So you
But
said you
before we
can't
do that,
change.
let's see if we can post a question, because then that's like the full circle thing. Now that's okay. It's supposed to do that. Remember. And then let's look at our backend. Put. Hello, Matt. We got the channel ID, and we got the user ID.
Oh my god. It
Although
worked.
it's kind of
What's
a
wrong with
weird
it?
user ID. What is that? That's a U or I.
That's like
And hello, Matt is not a question. Okay, so
grid.
now you need to log into your AWS
hello,
account.
Matt is not a question.
You need to log into your AWS account.
Okay. Well,
so
you
that-
have
Or we could do
credentials.
this quickly. I want to see if it made it into Dynamo, because that
I
would
can
mean
log in.
that would mean that our backend's working. Or
Alright.
it should load right here. Technically, it should say hello, Matt, right here. If we built this. Oh no, it's not, because it doesn't know. Right, because we forgot to. I know what we need to do.
We have to
We
edit
have to
the.
switch this to being. Watch. All we have to do is get your fancy backtick. Okay. All we have to do is make this user ID.
You got to put the whole string in backticks. So get rid of the single quotes. Backtick.
Okay. Let's do this.
Get rid of the plus. And then get rid of those backticks.
Now we're good.
Yep.
This should now, in the rig, load my question. Although this is so big, I don't know if
How
we're
do
gonna
you
see
load the.
it. Reload? Just do that. This should load the question. It should load the question if it made it into Dynamo. So another trick for the rig is you always want to use the
Let's
developer
see if the
mode.
backend is set up for this.
And I'm so confused.
Slightly concerned at this minute.
No. Everything's fine. How do you
Yeah,
get
it should just be a string.
developer tools? So watch this.
Oh wow, that looks so much nicer. That's yeah.
So now let's refresh.
Can you drop this
Hold
too?
on, hold on.
Can
I
you
wanna-
get rid of this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Questions. Aha. So my user ID is not coming in correctly. Which makes sense because it's I think it's doing it too quickly because we're doing before mount, and before mount it wouldn't have time. I think we want after mount. I think it's the lifecycle method because this is not being filled in, the user ID here. Do people in chat see what I'm saying? What are they saying?
Maybe a 5-second timeout for no question mark.
Oh, like put me in the timeout?
I don't know.
I didn't put a question mark. It's a bummer.
Oh, because you typed hello, Matt.
No, I know. It wasn't a real question. What does everyone want? Okay, we have a more serious issue, which is that this isn't being filled in. So I think it's the lifecycle method isn't good.
Hey, Pollux. Pollux is back.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, so I kind of see what you're saying, but you're saying that the
I just
Twitch
wanna get some
extension
help from
has
chat.
not clarified a user ID yet.
Yes, because it's before it's loaded.
So, like, if you go
We
to
need a
before
different-
mount and you console log user ID, there's going to be nothing in there. Like, are you positive?
If I go right here.
No, before that.
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
And
now we
you-
do this. Okay.
Dude, you don't need a
this
backtick. You-
is the user
Okay,
ID.
that
You do
works
need
too.
that.
I was just going to print the user ID.
My feeling is there's going to be no user ID here, but we can
Okay, so
see.
Danny doesn't understand your question.
Yeah, I know. I just wrote hi Matt as a joke.
Pollux, we haven't gotten to the CSS yet. We're trying to get the functionality first. Apologies. They're having some OCD about the fact that you don't have padding, like above the
Oh, we're
button.
going to fix all of that.
Yeah, it'll be
It's
fixed.
gonna be nice. We just have much more serious issues.
Yeah, we have like
Yeah, there's
bigger
no user
problems
ID.
at the minute.
No, it's not a problem. Oh wait, the user ID is here.
Yeah, I had a feeling. So there's something else going on.
Okay. Did I spell it wrong? I think it has to do. I'm just really bad at the whole like asynchronous.
So can you look
part.
at the back end and make sure that the back end didn't fail?
No, no, no. It's not a backend problem
Because why?
because right here we were just going to say this console.log, and we're going to make sure we have it this. See what this evaluates to. If this works, then it's a backend problem. Oh, I probably know the issue. It's oh no, I don't.
That was definitely my favorite part of the day. I probably know the issue. Nope. No, I don't.
Well, someone can clip that for us. That's the nice part about Twitch.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I thought I knew what it was. I do not. Okay.
It's so hard to like see your screen. It always looks like there's an error like in the middle,
There's
but it's
not.
not. I know. I can't.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to the rig, and we're just going to make sure that URL
Yeah, Chemist
works.
5. We did do the back end, but we're
The
sometimes
backend's
when
available on
sometimes
GitHub,
when you create the front end, you realize you have to make a back end change.
like we did yesterday. Yeah,
That's
see, look,
right.
the URL is not correct. It is not getting the user ID.
Okay, let me see this.
So this is a front end issue, not a back end problem.
How can it not?
It's not getting the. It's not printing. Yeah. Oh. No. Well. Yeah, that's a good one.
What?
Someone's saying to put a console log here.
Is that an async function? Is that an async
That's what I was gonna
call?
say. That's what I know this is gonna stem from, like an async problem, which I'm just really bad at. So we'll just do this.
Blue Lava, he's declaring a let user ID, and then he's setting it equal to in unauthorized, and then he's using it in the fetch call in a string.
Yeah, I bet you we're gonna see it there, but not in the other, which means it's just not. Yeah, see, does the user ID load? It does. And this is getting. So the issue is this just gets called before unauthorized gets called. I think. So I think we want.
Can you
Instead of
move?
before mount, I think we want this to be after mount.
Can
What
you
does Chet
move
think about that?
unauthorized into before mount, and then put pull questions inside unauthorized, so that it doesn't actually pull questions until it's authorized?
Yeah, but I think we could just isn't.
Are you able to do that?
But
though?
isn't just the life? Wouldn't it just be another lifecycle method like after mount?
Well, you still can't guarantee that the async call is done. If unauthorized is an async call, which I don't know your JavaScript as well, then you need to be able to make sure that it's already loaded before you do the next thing. Because it doesn't matter where you put it, after mount, before mount, if it hasn't finished calling, it's going to fail.
Sure.
Can't you async await in before mount?
Is that what someone said? Yeah.
Okay, see.
This
What
is just
do
when
I-
it gets really confusing, but yes.
Okay, so what I do for my extension is I put the unauthorized in the mounted function.
Okay. Sounds like something you said.
So you put it in before mount or after mount? Where do you put it, Bryce?
I think after mount is safest. I'd prefer to use after mount.
Mounted. He puts it in mounted.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because like once it's mounted, I hope this is a function. Yeah. Is there a way in VS Code to do the formatting for me?
Yeah, but I don't remember the shortcut. That one is Shift Tab. That one's easy. You can also get rid of the navigation by doing Command B, so you can have more like coding space.
I like that.
And you can get rid of the terminal if you wanted to as well
Yeah.
by doing Control tilde.
I kind of like having this up. So do you think this?
Oh,
will work?
looks like Dead Pixel also makes a suggestion if you install the extension Prettier Code. It will format on save for you. Oh my god, I am installing that extension today. That is
Okay.
amazing.
No, we're still not getting the user ID.
Is it called mounted?
Probably not.
Shift Alt F by default is format.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
This part is confusing me. So Yeah.
Do lifecycle methods even respect awaiting promises?
I don't
Danley
know.
says no. So where would you suggest that we throw that unauthorized function? The created lifecycle is later.
In a mounted hook,
Move the
full
poll
access.
questions into the unauthorized callback. Yeah, that's what I suggested. But they're saying that we shouldn't even have the unauthorized function being called in a lifecycle method. I
Yeah,
believe
that
that's
is
what
probably
Danley is
bad.
trying to
Let's
say.
not do that.
So Danley says
I'll keep mounted because that seems reasonable.
wait the methods.
Yeah. So just wait for it to resolve, is what he's saying.
So just do.
Oh, wait. This just gets really confusing conceptually, I think. Because now, when we call this, we need to do async, right?
Everything has to be
Say
async.
now. This is where this gets really confusing.
You only need to do it for the poll questions, though.
That's true.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can't await without a promise.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not going to work. Go back up. That code looks wrong.
This?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you can't await. Wait methods should have. Wait, what? Hold on. You can't await with no promise context.
Oh.
And they
okay.
said it's not going to work like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I think it's like this.
Whoops.
You throw it in here, right?
No, but.
And then you await. No. Okay, so hold on. So they gave us some answers. So he says before mount
Yeah, exactly. We do need some. Like,
should be an
waterfall
async
library.
function. This dot user equals await client dot get. Something like this. What is client though?
Yeah. Let's think. I think we should rethink this.
It's just async before mount. Okay, so I fucked that up.
Yeah.
Sorry. I messed up. That's just random code. Random. Okay, so that doesn't actually mean anything. Okay, Danley.
Yeah,
so what
we
did you
should phone a
actually?
friend.
What did you actually mean? I think he means. Well, yeah. How do you?
The problem is we
this
just
an
need to
async?
wait.
Is this an async function?
Okay, we just.
Can you look up the JavaScript docs on that?
Sure, but okay. I think we're overcomplicating it.
If that's not an async function, then we should be able to just
All we need is it just comes from the
await unauthorized. So then you throw it in.
it's a callback.
Okay, so go back. I think I have an idea of what he's trying to say. So you basically take that code and drop it into before mount, and then you await it. Is that right, Danley? I think that's right. Here, like
What?
this. Yeah. I think this is what he's trying to say.
Well, the right way
now
to do
you
it.
await it.
The right way to do it.
And then you
Yeah.
would throw this in here.
Yeah. The right way to do this would be to let these variables to resolve and then wait, like literally the app will wait for it. I just get very confused by these callbacks.
Await and async come from .NET, and it doesn't quite work like .NET,
Yeah.
so it always messes me up as well. Okay, so
Let's see. This makes sense.
you might need to manage your state in the render of Vue to wait until it is truthy. That's a good idea. We could set a Boolean and say, like, if...
Well, hold on. This might be fine. Or no. No?
Okay, so Antimatter Tape says, can we start saying I'm awaiting on an answer from them when we're being held up waiting on a reply?
Yeah, that is technically what's happening.
Are you positive that that's an async function?
That's what.
Okay, here's a suggestion.
Well, hold on. I think we can figure this out. Now I'm confused why it's not pulling before mount.
I think Bressie has a good idea.
What?
So on before mount, you call unauthorized.
Sure. Before mount.
And then you
okay.
bind it to this.
And then if, yeah, right. And then when we have the user ID, you can render it. Although this makes sense to me though.
What we have here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't this what Danley said we shouldn't do?
Why is that?
I don't know.
Yeah. So before.
Okay, try it.
Hold on. I want to.
It doesn't hurt.
Well, I think I did, and it's not working. So.
It has to return a promise for that to work.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
So can you do return, new promise,
I don't
resolve,
think
reject?
I think that's too complicated. Because the reality of it is. Oh wait, where's? Oh, that's the problem.
What's the problem?
Where's the poll questions? Where did that go? Yeah. This stop poll questions went away. That's weird. That's why I wasn't doing anything. Can you not? Oh, whoops. It's a method.
What? If it's a method, if it's a function, you have
Yeah.
to.
No, you don't. Anyway. Yeah. Let me see if someone
What?
in chat can help. Basically, we weren't calling pull functions, so when we were testing it, we weren't even.
Yeah, but don't you have to invoke the function
Yeah, right here.
with like parentheses?
No. That's what I did, and it complained.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's an async function, so you have to await it now. Because you made it async.
Oh, right.
Then you have to await something inside pull questions. I think that's how it works.
Why can't we?
You don't need to await here. Okay.
Yeah.
So get rid of that. Get rid of async on pull questions too. It doesn't need to be there. Just bind this to the callback. Okay, so go back. So at the end of the unauthorized, do dot bind
Oh.
to this.
Which is.
And
and then we can call.
and then call this dot pull questions right after it.
Yeah. So you still want to await.
I think that's what they mean.
Let's see. It doesn't look.
Before. Wrong order. Okay, before the parentheses. Okay, so throw that back in.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. I think. I'm trying to figure out what he means.
Oh, whoops. Whew. Vue is. Well, this is just JavaScript.
Yeah, well,
at
that's
this
just
point. Yeah,
JavaScript.
this is
That's
just,
not even
yeah.
Vue.
There's nothing to blame this on. I don't think.
You misplaced the
binded.
bind dot this.
Yeah, I think it needs to be
Oh.
on here, right?
No. Okay, so this dot pull questions is right there.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh. Right. Like that?
But apparently we misplaced the bind. So it is bind like this. No, I think that's okay. Okay,
Yeah.
go.
Let's see. Uh, so I don't think it's complaining per se. So let's see.
How does that make life easier?
I still think this is a confusing way.
The comments are actually confusing because I don't really understand what they're trying to tell us. Like, I get this part, but that's what we have.
Yeah, it might be easier if we just try to debug it without. Well, I don't want to say that. Yeah, this is not calling questions.
I don't think you need to bind. Okay, so there's a disagreement. Stanley does not think we need to bind, and Bressie does. So does Janiscu.
Are these old? I can't tell.
Okay. I see why he thinks we misplaced the bind. Let me see it.
Okay.
I finally understand what
Bind
he's
is
trying to
definitely
say.
a problem.
Okay, yeah, because it needs to be inside here.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
On the object? I mean, on the function bracket?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's what they said. I'm going with it. Go
So
back.
Go back to the rig. I'd like an explanation, because I feel like I'm confused.
What is this error? Cannot read I changed it.
Yeah, I want to do this correctly.
Nope. You guys are really confusing. Okay, so Bressie, I changed it to correctly bind, and it is not working. Someone says you don't need to bind. Let's remove the bind.
I think honestly, it's simpler if we just make.
Have you tried that one?
Wait. Yes, we've tried this multiple times.
We know we're confusing. That's our job.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really bothering people for whatever reason. They really want that ES6.
Okay.
I don't know why.
That's the least of our
that's
problems.
like the least of our problems. I think they said it'll fix the context, but it's the same code.
DevRig. Yeah. Oh, that is good to know.
What?
I just learned that
Arrow
our
functions share context differently. Huh.
Right, we need to figure out the root problem. I think they're right. This is not a good path.
What? This stage, the best step forward to troubleshoot.
Yeah, I think we just need to.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
are using an arrow function now. Are you getting an error?
Well, I actually think this is. Yes, it's working in the sense that we're getting the thing correctly. So we fixed that error. I think we can celebrate in chat.
They fixed that error.
Woo! Okay, now we have a different problem, but this one
Okay, so
we'll
what
be
is
able to solve. Whoops. That was my fault. I threw the computer down. I was so excited. Okay, so we still have time, which is good.
What is the second problem?
The problem is now that we're just getting an empty array back, which is interesting. So what I would want to do at this time is I would want to explore DynamoDB and see why my question wasn't saved. Or we can look at the backend logs, which is this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And does this clear it? Just Command K clear.
Thank you guys for the help.
Yeah.
I actually did not know that about
Yeah, so that was
ES6.
literally, that was crazy. So what did I want to do? Oh yes, I wanted to submit the question again. So let's go into the rig and say, now let me ask them a real question. Let me think of something tricky because I got made fun of previously. What's a good question?
How do I build a serverless backend?
What does the glitch?
What did Matt eat for breakfast?
Oh yeah. Eat for lunch.
What is Matt? Blue Lava says, what is Matt?
Okay. More importantly, it's pending. That's fine. We want the put here. 200. Header options. No. Put. It put ID. My user ID apparently is this. What did Matt eat for lunch? Okay. So did this get saved in the database.
Okay, they don't like that you didn't put a question mark at the end of your
I
question.
did. It's right here.
Every message without a question mark should be banned.
Okay. Hold on. So your backend is getting it. Can we look at the backend to make sure it's
We can.
okay? So you are taking question body question. Is that what I used in the payload? Question, yes. User ID, channel ID. Try dynamo put. Console data is what it's doing. Can we just check Dynamo?
Yeah. Go to Dynamo.
I don't have a login.
You do have a login, but that's okay.
Well, I don't have the credentials memorized. Now our database is in another region. Don't forget. Don't save.
I think it's in Oregon.
Yeah, it is.
There's your questions.
That's. Oh. So. You know what? I think I'm. I think you know what the mistake is. This user ID is not. It's changing.
It's changing?
Yeah, I swear. It's changed. I need to make sure this is locked to. Yeah, look. It's changing, guys. It's you are this. Then there's like the word gap in this one.
So, okay, so I can get the real user from the JOT token, but I'm going to have to do that on the back end.
Yeah. Oh, man. Hold on. I want to understand why this is changing. Because that is really weird to me. Yeah, we can also decode it on the front end.
So you're saying every time that you've called that, it's gotten back a different user ID?
Yeah, but I don't know if the rig is changing it or that's how the service behaves. So I'm gonna delete this view and recreate it. Okay, so panel logged in viewer. This was the whole. Maybe this is linked thing. Use current user. Yeah, I'm not. Like if I write malware back here, I imagine it will fix that as my user ID.
Blue Lava. Opaque identifiers that identify viewers without revealing their Twitch identity. Using the opaque ID, developers can determine a viewer's authenticated state.
Right. Okay. So this
Logged
is
out users
so
also have an opaque ID.
so
that
we
is
basically can't use this anymore. So that
not,
kind of
can't
just
use
blew
what?
up.
Is it
'Cause
logged in?
Opaque IDs change. It's just to help you. So this just kind of just
Well,
blew up in
that's
our
for a
face.
logged out user.
What? No.
So logged out users also have an opaque ID, but it is not guaranteed to be the same between channels or sessions. It doesn't say anything about the opaque ID changing for a logged in viewer.
Well, John's copy and paste is saying, oh, logged out. Oh, I missed that. So you're saying if it's logged in, it should stay the same. I'm just having
Technically,
trouble understanding what this linked versus unlinked thing is. I want to try doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. In my mind, what I'm saying is I want it to always use this as my opaque ID.
okay.
You seem very concerned.
I don't know the answer.
So now if I say, what time is it? Okay, it adds that with let's see what it added that as. Malwareback. Now it should fetch malwareback and get the question. Now I shouldn't have to refresh, but I just will. Oh, thanks, Altor. Okay. So now, okay, it's working, but I'm unsure if this. No, I think the setup is fine. There's one other way we could test it, which is a little. It'll be fun for everyone. It's just we're gonna run this on my personal channel.
Okay.
Do you mind? This will take like
Let's do
maybe
it.
5 minutes. But
Let's do it.
do we have time? I think we do. Okay, so let's go
We
back.
can go a couple minutes.
Yeah. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to go back to the dashboard. We're gonna go to.
Can you guys stay with us for a couple more minutes, or do you want us to end here? Someone
now
said
what-
we've been live for 2 hours and 6 minutes.
That's our bot actually.
Oh,
Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do now is do something really fun. We're going to move this view on Twitch and install. So this is a fun one. I think this is going to work.
keep rolling.
Okay.
So what did you do?
So-
You're installing it on your own channel now?
Channel. So, and it should still use localhost, so we should still be fine. So I'm going to set this as panel 1. I'm replacing it. And then I'm going to go to my own channel. And we
Don't
should
you have
see
to
it.
stream?
No, not for panels, luckily. That's really frightening. Do you know who that is?
You.
Yeah. Some people don't think it looks like me.
That looks like you told the artist to make you the
The what?
the bad guy,
Let me just think, why wouldn't this load?
the villain in the story.
Oh, God. I think this is an HTTPS issue. Oh, no.
Okay, this is really funny.
What?
If you keep coding faster and faster, you won't be able to taste the code smells until after you're done.
Okay. We have an issue.
That Lost Gamer, we are building a Twitch extension, and we've been building it live
Wait,
for the
so
last 2
we
hours.
have a new problem. So if we want to test it on my channel, it has to be HTTPS. And I don't think there's any way in...
That's our Twitch extension.
Is there an easy way in Vue to make it HTTPS quickly? Do you need to like deal with certs and everything? So the problem is it won't display on my Twitch.
Because it's not HTTPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we're going to have to change the front end and the back end. That's like a dual task. So I would just hold that off until next time.
Why?
Because I have to change the back end, and that could take a while.
Oh, or we could just allow unscraped scripts. Thanks to
Or that.
Danny. I did not.
Oh, yeah, we can also use ngrok. I love ngrok. Good call. Bold big blank.
Okay, so now, what do people think of the... Okay, so my user ID is here. Why didn't it load up there? Okay, what do people think of the avatar?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Villain. Villain. Does anyone else agree with me that he looks like a villain?
So it's loaded no questions so far, which is okay.
Yeah, ngrok is like... I highly recommend if you have not checked it out yet, you should.
Just so everyone sees, what do you think of the avatars here? So now we want to pull for all questions using this on my channel. Where's my channel? Let's pop this out real quick. Why don't I see my questions? It's loading user 82867. Is that what mine is? Yeah. Why don't I see it?
Oh, because look, you only
Oh.
have one question.
But it doesn't matter. I should still see it.
You do see it. Go back.
Oh, it's a panel. It's a floating thing. Where did it go?
I saw it.
I didn't see the question.
I think I did see it.
No, I didn't. Oh. Yay. Okay, so that means that it's fine. So the... Oops. That was our Jenga.
You knocked over Jenga.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so...
That's cool. So
yeah.
now we have to just build the live broadcaster view, and we need to add a bunch of CSS.
To be honest, it actually just needs to be cleaned up. The core functionality of posting a question works.
Yep. Yeah, we will bulk this up after
And then we'll
the
make
stream.
a notification, close it, and then when the broadcaster views it, we're actually pretty close to being done.
Well, we need to also add another function when somebody pops it out So right now we only want to display the first 3 questions when they see it in the
Yeah,
panel.
I mean, that we can do. Oh. I did just ask another question though, and it didn't refresh.
Blue lava. I had to wait 5 seconds to find out that was Jenga.
So after you post it, we should call it again. But this will load. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so real time is going to be the Twitch pub sub call.
And then we have both.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that
I know,
before.
I know.
Like
Yeah,
if you
there's
call the
more.
Twitch API, you can get it in real time. Yes.
Oh, we might. Who's Stanley?
I don't know.
Anyway, so it's on my channel. You guys can't see it on my channel. So now we're gonna do another view. We're gonna call it panel, and now we're gonna do broadcaster. So I think in my situation it's weird because I asked questions and my broadcaster ID is the same. But let's try this. So broadcaster, save. Yeah, you don't get these questions because this was asked with a different ID. So this would be the broadcaster's ID, which should be all the questions.
It's all the channel questions.
Yeah, in the channel. And we're using, the issue is this was on my
How
channel
is that
here.
working?
So I'll show you. So if you want to see.
Yeah, but you didn't send a channel ID through, so like how is it
Yeah, I
getting?
did.
You already set that up?
Yeah. Did you not see?
No, I missed that.
Channel ID's right here. We're staring the channel IDs.
No. That's for ask a question. But for poll questions, you're pulling them by user ID. And I did set up an endpoint to pull by channel ID.
Oh, right. The reason it's working is because my ID is the same as the channel.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, should we end here because we accomplished what we said we were going to do, which was build the front end to view and post questions?
Yep, and we will continue
We still
building
need
it
to
after
do
the
cleanup.
stream and
Yeah.
clean it up and make it look pretty and nice.
Yeah. So I think let's switch views here. What was I going to say? Let's see. What other announcements do we have? So next week we will be filming from GDC.
From San Francisco.
San Francisco. So we'll be at GDC next week. If you want to meet us in person and you're at GDC, definitely come find us. We also have show stickers if you enjoy it.
Yeah,
see
we will give you stickers.
Yeah, if you find us,
They're
we
right
have these
there.
stickers. Or this AWS sticker. All these stickers are basically available.
I'll bring AWS stickers with me. I'll bring some of these guys, these Twitch/AWS ones.
Yeah, and then we will be on next week cleaning it up. And
Thank you, Danny. I wore my front end shirt in honor of the fact that we were working on the front end.
yes, but yeah, that is pretty much the show for today. I'm gonna push this to GitHub and clean it up a bit. And we can always
We can ship some stickers.
Stickers. You just have to ask
Yeah, just whisper an
Yeah.
address.
to you.
Janiska, you like the Nikki AM sticker? Yeah, that one's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so that's another show that is not on air anymore. It's
It is
it's
on air.
Netflix. Oh,
No, it's still on air.
oh, it's still on air.
Yeah,
Okay.
the next episode is I think it's actually next week, next Thursday at 1 p.m.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, if you want stickers, I think if you really want one, you can find us online and we can send them
Yeah,
to you.
if you really want one and you're not coming to GDC, just send us a message.
We also will be in Europe for TwitchCon Berlin. We have 4 developer
London.
meetups. London. Nikki will be in Berlin and
I'm coming.
Berlin and London. I'll be in Tel Aviv and Paris.
We have to
We
continue the show, so I
will-
just had to go.
We'll also be in Boston for PAX East. So you can meet us there too. We're going to, yeah, Aiden will be at the London one.
Awesome. We'll get you stickers then.
And yes, Danny, I do owe him a shirt for winning Twitch Dev Weekly, which reminds me, Twitch Dev Weekly is tomorrow, where we're going to have lucky number 11 on.
What?
That was Lucky 7
Oh,
from
okay.
before.
Got it.
He's going to come on stream tomorrow. We're not sure what we're doing yet, but we're going to figure that out. And then we had InstaFluff last week. Next week, so not tomorrow's episode, will be live from GDC. So we'll do
All of next week will be live from
Yeah.
GDC.
But yeah, anyway, that is the show. So I think we will end with that. do you want to move to our logo?
We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, bye.
And we will post the code to the GitHub repo after we clean it up a little bit. And you can look for a tweet from us on Twitter when it's posted. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for joining us.
Bye.